Hello everybody and welcome back. Before I move on with this video, apparently I have to point out that this is my opinion. The last tier list video that I did made a lot of people mad that I didn't have the exact same opinion that they did. So I just want to say, this is what I think the order of the best to worst Animal Crossing games are. Of course, you could probably think that Amiibo Festival is S tier, and you know what? You can go ahead and do that. That's your opinion. This is my opinion. There's no need to tell me that I'm wrong because there's no wrong or right answer to this. With that out of the way, I did want to explain why this looks so scuffed. So basically, there's no tier list out there that includes Animal Crossing New Horizons, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make my own in Photoshop. And also, apparently, no one in the Animal Crossing community is capable of making high quality image files for the cover photos. Every single one I found was so low quality, except for this one. This one's just low quality because it's super small. Anyways, we have S to F tier. Of course, S being the best tier, A being decent but not the best, B being average, C being not very good, and F being the worst. And we also have all the games. I believe we do have all of them. So this is all the main series games here at the bottom. And then we have the spin-off games right here. So starting off, let's go in order that they were released. We have the GameCube version of Animal Crossing. Oh, actually, before we do this, I do want to say I have played almost all of these. I've played the GameCube. I own Wild World. I've played City Folk. Gosh, I own New Leaf. I own New Horizons. I own Pocket Camp. I own Happy Home Designer. And I have not played Amiibo Festival, but who actually has? I'm also going to be giving my reasons for these. I'm not just going to be like, oh, this one is B tier just because. I'm going to be like, well, it's for this reason and this reason. For example, the GameCube version, or Population Growing, whichever one you call it, I believe this is an A tier, and that's because of a couple things. One thing that makes me not put this at S tier, because I know a lot of people in the comments would probably be like, oh, you didn't put Population Growing in S tier, what's wrong with you? Well, here's the thing. Some of the other games down the line have a lot more customization than this game does. One thing I like about this game is it has a lot more activities to do. For example, you have like the trash bin area. I forgot what it's called. It's like a little fenced off area that you can put trash in. There's like kickable balls around. There's a lot more events, and it's overall just a really cool game, and probably one of the best to start with, I'd say. So that's my reason for putting it in A tier. Next up, we have Wild World, which this one I do own on my DS, and I have to say, it is probably second worst in the entire series, just because it's so bare bones. There's almost no events. There's almost nothing to do. It feels so boring. In the other games, you have like a lot of shops and stuff, and in this game, you have like one or two. I think the Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny, which I know you could say, well, the GameCube version had that, but yeah, this version didn't have like any of the cool activities that the GameCube version did. It was so bare bones, and I didn't really like it. And the control scheme is so terrible. I'm so glad when they made New Leaf, they came up with that new and improved control scheme that we all are used to nowadays. So this game, it's not an F because it's still actually playable. That's kind of a diss at the F tier game that's coming up. But this game definitely is not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite either, so it gets a C tier. Next up, we have City Folk, which is actually one of my favorites in the series, although I don't think it's an S or an A. I'd put it at B tier. This game got a lot of hate for basically being a mix between Wild World and Population Growing. It's like they took both of the games and then combined them in one and put it on the Wii. And then they also added the Main Street that people actually didn't like, but I thought it was pretty fine. I love the music for it, and I love the whole atmosphere. I just think it's annoying that you have to get on a bus and then go all the way through like a load screen just to get to your shopping areas. And I also hated that because all the shopping areas were there and not really in the town just felt kind of empty. All you had were trees, custom designed paths, and that's basically it. But I did like, obviously, this is probably my favorite version of the graphics. Everyone always is saying how good the graphics look in New Horizons, but I kind of wish New Horizons had an option where you could select your graphics mode so you could go back to the way that Population Growing or City Folk looked and have that really retro style, because I would definitely choose City Folk as my style. I love it so much, even though it's a little bit blurry because it was on a Wii and all that. It actually looks pretty good on the Wii U when you're using an HDMI cord and stuff like that. Anyways, this game gets a B tier. It's not bad, it's not good. The control scheme was weird. Next up, we have New Leaf, and this one is some people's favorite to this day. Some people say that it's even better than New Horizons, and I actually I'm going to do New Horizons at the same time I'm doing this one because I think they're comparable, but also not at the same time. For example, so New Leaf offers a lot of content. There's a lot of villagers, a lot of things to do. I still haven't gotten every gold tool in my New Leaf town that I still play. Well, I haven't played since New Horizons, but you get the point. I haven't gotten nearly as much, and I've even time traveled on my New Leaf account. New Horizons, on the other hand, feels a bit easier. All the bugs are super easy. It's like tarantulas. I was so shocked when I first saw how common they were, because in New Leaf, they were not very common at all. Same with sharks and things like that, but New Horizons offers way more customization. You can change your clothes to almost anything, and you can make your town look any way you want. You can change the cliffs, the rivers, anything. If you don't like it, you can change it. But at the same time, you get the credits roll within the third week of playing, basically, third or second week. So, and after you get the credits roll, you basically unlocked everything. And by that point, you're just customizing your town. And let's say you're fine and happy with your town. Like, for example, one of my friends, he said, I don't know what to do anymore. I'm already, fine with my town. It's not like I want to change anything dramatically. I'm fine the way it looks. Well, that's a problem, because now all they can really do is play their daily chores where they get on and stuff and sell turnips. So I think it would be nice if they added a lot of the content from New Leaf into New Horizons. For example, one thing everyone wants, and that's why I'm bringing it up, is the cafe. The cafe is just one of those small little things that gave New Leaf the little touch of personality. In conclusion, though, I believe both of these games are S tier, and I think it would be really nice if they could just combine the two. If the two were combined, if there was a Animal Crossing New Horizon Leaf, right? That would be the perfect game. Actually, if they combined New Leaf, New Horizons, and Population Growing, that would be the most perfect Animal Crossing game ever. Take all the content from Population Growing and New Leaf and add it into New Horizons, and bam, you got the perfect Animal Crossing game basically ever. I don't think they could get any better than that. Alrighty, next up we have Happy Home Designer. This game I got in 2015. I think I got it a couple months after it came out, and I thought this was another main series game. I didn't understand that this was a spin-off at first, so I bought it, and then I was so confused when I first played it when I was younger. I was like, what is happening and what am I playing? A lot of people gave this game so much hate, saying that it didn't have a lot of content and it was so boring, and I agree to some extent. You get bored after maybe doing 1 to 2 houses or buildings a day. That's why I think you had to get on, do 1 to 2 houses, get off, and things like that. But some of the good things that came out of this game are the Amiibo cards that I actually got a few. You've seen in my New Horizons series, which, by the way, if you aren't watching that, go ahead and watch it. I've been scanning in some of my Amiibo so that I can go and get some of my people that I actually want, or if I don't like a villager, I can scan one in and replace them. So that is one good thing about this game. Another really good thing, which I don't think is in New Horizons, is the ability to place wall lamps. You can see in this image right here, this is the cover photo, even though it's so blurry, and I'm so sorry about that. You can see that there's these hanging chandeliers and lights, which was introduced in this game. This game also introduced the ability to place items and rugs, by the way, which you also can't do in New Horizons, which is so weird. I don't know why some of the stuff isn't in New Horizons. But it introduced the ability to place these furniture items outside. You can definitely tell that New Horizons has taken a lot from this game and New Leaf, because New Leaf, a year after this game came out, I think, came out with an update that introduced a lot of the Happy Home Designer features like the Amiibo support and things like that. So I'm glad that something came out of this game. If you think about it, if this game was never ever made, they probably wouldn't have gotten some of the ideas from this game, like the rugs and the ceiling lamps and the ability to place items outside. Animal Crossing New Horizons might have been a different game without this game. With that being said, this game I think deserves a B tier. It's not very bad. It's not too good either. Next up, we have Pocket Camp, which I actually have a weird story which a lot of people share. Oh my goodness, look at how blurry that is. So, I downloaded Pocket Camp, so excited to play, like most people did when it first came out. I was like, this is so cool, it's gonna be Pocket Camp, or it's gonna be Animal Crossing in your phone, you can bring it anywhere, and it's gonna be so good. And then I learned it's just another mobile game. Jinx, stop meowing, come here. Come here, what you want? My cat, I had donuts earlier and Jinx keeps on trying to find some so that he can have just the scraps even though I don't have any left. Anyways, so I downloaded this game. I thought it was going to be good. I figured out it was just another mobile game. So I deleted it around Christmas time when I had the Santa outfit. And then about 4 months before New Horizons came out, I think it was a little bit after I made my podcast video, which I think is set as one of my first videos on my channel if you want to go watch that. So around the time Animal Crossing New Horizons was supposed to come out, fall of 2019, was when I downloaded this game again. I'd say November. And when I got on, I was like, oh wow, I'm in a Santa outfit. And I was so confused. But I started playing and I started actually putting time into the game. And I noticed it's not as bad as I thought. Everyone always said, wow, this is horrible. They just want your money. They just want you to buy Leaf tickets. And they actually are pretty generous with giving you Leaf tickets. They also offered a lot of customization, surprisingly, for a mobile game. And the events were also pretty cool. It kept me busy. The notifications coming through, I always was on playing and selling items and buying from other people and things like that. So I don't think it's completely bad, but I do think it's in the B tier as well. It's not as good as the population growing game, and it's not as bad as Wild World. It's a decent game. I think people should give it a try. I say that, although I also deleted Pocket Camp the day after I got the Pocket Camp items for New Horizons. I was like, oh yeah, I don't need this anymore, and I just deleted the app off my phone. Lastly, we have Amiibo Festival. Prepare yourselves for this one, guys. This might come as a shock, but this game was bad. Although I said I've never played it, I have watched many videos on Amiibo Festival. I basically know every menu, I know every mini game, I know everything about this game, even though I've never played it, because I had to do research for my tribute to Animal Crossing video, which you can also watch, by the way. It's on my channel. I think it's set as my trailer video or something. So I did a lot of research, and I know I don't want to just trash on this game, right? There are some good things. For example, the minigames. Some of the minigames are good. Some of the minigames were so good, in fact, that they ported them over to the Animal Crossing New Leaf Amiibo update, making this game completely useless. 2 of the games were really good with Amiibo Festival, so they just took them and put them on New Leaf. And to get them, you just had to have a 3DS from some villager or something, and then a Wii U to play one of the other ones. One of them's like Survival Island, and the other one is like a Match 4 game, I think, like Candy Crush or something like that. I didn't play that one a lot. So that was one good thing, but there were also a lot of stupid things. For example, why did everyone have to scan in an Amiibo every single time? It's really annoying passing around the giant gamepad from the Wii U to every single person in your family or your little party that you're playing with, which, by the way, the turn is also automatic. There's no mini games. Basically, I mean, I think there's small mini games I don't actually remember, but they're not like Mario Party's mini games where they're interactive and you're actually doing something. You just basically scan over and over until the game is done. All the maps are basically the same as well, I heard. Even like some maps offered summer and fall maps, although apparently they look the same. I didn't actually look up the map variations or anything like that. And just to top it off, this game came out on the Wii U, which was one of the worst systems for Nintendo. And overall, it gets an S tier. That's a joke, obviously. It gets an F tier. It's not very good. But, yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Again, this is my opinion. If you have a different opinion, how about instead of saying that my opinion's wrong, why don't you just leave your tier list? Just go in the comments, say, here's what I would have done. S tier, dash, and then name off the games that you would have put in S, name off the games you would have put in A, things like that. Tell me, I want to know. Just don't be saying that other people's opinions are wrong just because they think a different way than you. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. If you skipped the entire video just to the end, watch the entire thing. Why did you do that? Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed. Go ahead and like this video if you liked it. Watch my other videos on the series that I'm doing on New Horizons if you'd like. I'm having a lot of fun playing, and I know that a lot of you are also having fun playing. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. A lot of you aren't subscribed to my channel, but still watch my videos anyways. I'm guessing they, like, show up on the homepage or something. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.